Hey everybody, welcome back to the Pub Trivia Experience. My name is Chris, and we are joined tonight by my lovely wife, Leah. Leah, how you doing, babe, and what are you drinking?
Well, it's been a long day. It's been a long week. It's been a long month for if I'm being honest. So I'm having a little Diet Dr. Pepper tonight to help get me through the night. But also, because I knew I was playing trivia tonight, went to this Halloween trunk or treat thing that apparently is like trunk or treat is a thing that a lot of people do around the holidays. And so we went and took our little daughter there tonight, which was really fun. And so we got some Halloween candy. So I will be enjoying some Smarties candy. So here, let's see if I can open it up for you. Oh yeah, what a great sound that is. And so I will be munching, hopefully quietly, if I can get it open, on these Smarties to help get us through this trivia game, because I believe we're playing Mike and Nikki at a game that we have yet to win.
I think that's accurate, and also there's no fixing that in post. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, there you go. Well, hopefully everyone else can enjoy their Halloween candy during this holiday season.
Yeah, by all means. My favorite holiday season is the holiday around Halloween. Actually, hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to watch Halloween Kills. Fingers crossed.
What is that?
It's the new Halloween movie.
Oh, is it streaming?
Yeah, it's on Peacock.
Okay.
Well, you've heard enough from me and from Leah. Let's head on out to Huntsville, Alabama. Mike and Nikki, how you doing? What are you drinking?
Hello.
Howdy. How are you doing?
Good. Sorry.
No, what were you?
Well, you had told me to remind you to give Chris crap.
Oh yes.
And I was like, oh, you're supposed to give Chris crap about something.
Thank
and
you
I don't
for
remember.
reminding me. Yes, I'm feeling extra optimistic tonight because just earlier today I listened to the episode of where Chris got his horror movie hot seat on.
I know where this is going.
And not only did I get a horror movie question right that Chris did not get, but it was about the Alien franchise. So
not where I thought
pretty
it was
good.
going. Okay, I thought it was going to be one of the 3 or 4 Poltergeist questions that I got wrong.
I don't know anything about Poltergeist either, so that's fair. But no, we're like I guess like Leah, it's been a little bit of a long day. We're actually doing our trunk or treat with the kids tomorrow. So
Oh, fun.
Yeah, why is it that Halloween now? It's like it used to just be like I felt like you went out on Halloween.
Yeah, it was a
like
day.
You got in your costume and you went and you trick or treat. Like now it's like Halloween is 3 weeks long.
Yeah, now by the time Halloween actually rolls around, you're like, okay, I've worn this costume 6 times already. Do I have to do this again?
Like it's a lot.
There's only so many times.
Halloween.
There's only so many times I can fit into my 2XL baby diaper and shave my chest. It
Now that
loses
we've
the
established
festivity.
that mental image for our listeners.
Yeah, no, we're doing good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
haven't been on for a while because like life is.
Life is life, yeah.
You know.
Nick, what are you drinking tonight?
I got my boyfriend a good old standby, my Jack and Diet.
Yeah,
good and steady.
I think she likes her boyfriend a little better than me, but
On some nights.
on some nights, yeah.
Wow.
This has been
Abby.
I
Sorry,
see
we
a
just
toddler
saw-
peeking in.
I just saw my 3-year-old peeping in. I'll be right back.
You're not doing that right now. Go to bed.
Abby, go lay down, buddy.
Oh, the joys of parenthood.
Yep, been there.
I'm also doing well.
What are you drinking?
I have a yet another selection from the Trim Tab Brewing Company, the latest in their Light Visions collection, because I always bring that on these types of things. This is their Continuum. It is a double IPA with Centennial, Citra, and what the heck does that even say? Azaka hops? Do they have that in font that's legible? Oh, of course. Okay, I'm sorry. We needed a fake tomato before Abby would go down.
Okay.
The openings of these shows.
The amazing mind of the 3-year-old. But no, this is I actually saved this. This was my final of the 4-pack, and I knew that I, like always, had to feature a beverage from the Trim Tab on the podcast. So that's what this is. So I'm killing the 4-pack tonight, and cheers.
Cheers. Oh, you're going to do it too.
My turn. This is a Supremo Pale Ale from Bunker Brewing Company outside of...
Boston.
No, Portland, Maine.
Ooh.
So the second most populous city named Portland in the U.S., so yay.
Yep.
Never had it before. It's a pale ale. Not really a pale ale guy, but it had a really cool can. Just really basic.
It does. I can see it.
I like the like superhero font on the front, so I bought it.
Where did you buy it from?
Survey says.
This is one that we brought back from New England. I don't remember where I bought it.
We did not go to Portland, Maine.
No, we did not. It's fine. I'm not an IPA guy. I'm not a pale ale guy, so like it's not my cup of tea. But I'll drink it. It's a pint-sized can. It'll be gone by the end of this recording.
Oh yeah.
So
I prefer the IPAs to the pale ales. They tend to be a little less hoppy and a little more citrusy, which I like. But I've definitely found my fair share of pale ales that I enjoy as well. Yeah, I just realized when Leah said, "Where'd you buy it from?" It reminded me I meant to bring it tonight, but I forgot. But Nikki was out of town last week. She went on a little girls' trip, and she brought back for me basically this hand-carved wooden koozie that a beer can just fits right into. It's really really neat. It's got little slots for your fingers and everything like that. It's actually really really neat, and I meant to bring it on. And I meant to shout out the guy that carved it because she got his card and everything like that. I did not do that, but tonight. But I'll certainly remember to bring it next time.
No, please do. That sounds awesome. I love giving a shout.
No, it's really really cool.
So I will say, just I'll let all of our listeners know that this is my fourth beer in the last hour and a half.
Yeah, what kind did you have earlier?
We went to dinner with some friends. And I had 2 Yinglings and a beer called a Mango Cart, which, like, ironically in Florida, it was in like the 70s, low 80s, and it felt too cold to have a Mango Cart. It was almost like a fruity Hefeweizen, but it was delicious. It was just a little too chilly for that for Florida. It really needs to be in the 90s for that to taste good. But tonight,
well, Chris, if it helps, this is my third beer of the night. But the second one was a pint, and it was 9% ABV. So we're probably about equal right now.
Oh, I just realized I had 2 beers earlier today watching the Florida State football game too.
Oh wow, what a binger!
College football will drive you to drink.
Well, no, we won 59-3, so I can't really complain.
Against the worst team in football.
Yes. This is a team that Vanderbilt would have beaten by 20. They're that bad. The University of Massachusetts.
UMass.
No, Vanderbilt lost 40 today, so.
Ugh. We're not here to talk football. We're here to talk trivia. And
that's right.
We are back, Leah. We are back to the ultimate pub trivia game. We have got 2 cards. That's going to be 18 questions. Mike and Nikki versus Chris and Leah. Leah, what are our categories tonight?
Well, the random categories that were handed to me that we are going to read from today are pop culture, and then past, present, and future.
All right, some pop culture and some history. And Mike and Nikki, you're the guests. Which card do you want to start out with?
Wait, we're both answering each one?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you guys get to choose
which
team.
First? What do you want first, babe? You choose.
Let's start with the pop culture one.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and start with pop culture. So it sounds like both teams are going to answer each question. There's going to be 9 questions. Some specific questions have specific rules for them, but for the most part, the first couple are all just general questions. When your team thinks they know the answer, they can go ahead and lock in, and the other team will be able to talk it out for all of our listeners out there.
That makes sense, and I believe questions 1 through 5 are worth 10 points apiece.
Okay.
Question 6 is a multiple part answer worth 20 points, each correct answer worth 5 points apiece. Question 7, I believe, is a quotations question. Question 8, if I'm not mistaken, is a numbers or a decades question. And then question number 9 is back to just being a standard, regular old trivia question. So this will be fun. We're starting with pop culture. Leah, take us away.
All right, so here's question number 1 in pop culture. What 2 singers did Madonna share a kiss with during the MTV Music Awards?
Oh, I can lock in.
We
Okay.
I think I remember.
It was the one that always gets more notoriety or whatever as Britney Spears, but it was her and Christina Aguilera, right?
Yeah, I think it was her and Christina Aguilera, and then did you do one with Britney Spears?
Yeah, it was Britney Spears. I know it was Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera, so I think those would be the two. They were channeling her Material Girl wedding dress performance, I believe.
I mean, I kind of remember.
It was probably like the 20th
I kind of
anniversary
remember
of
the
that.
moment, but to be honest, I don't remember the specifics.
I really don't either. I think that was one of the last one of those I watched. Yeah. And I kind of remember that, and I was like, okay, this is fine. But yeah, so we'll lock in with Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera.
Okay, and Chris, what did we lock in with without discussing?
Oh, we didn't need to discuss it because I knew this vividly. It was Alfred Hitchcock and Stanley Kubrick.
All right. I feel confident in your answer.
No, it was I always felt a little weird. I always kind of felt like there was a lot of quote unquote controversy around this. I didn't understand it then. I don't understand it now, but I did feel like Christina got a little gypped because like she kissed Britney first, and that's what everyone talked about. But it was like one to one side, one to the other. I'm like, oh well, poor Christina kind of got screwed out of a pop culture moment there. But no, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears.
Okay. Okay, so your correct answers are Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. So both teams pick up 10 points.
Woohoo!
Definitely did not remember any of that happening, so I'm glad that you knew the answer. Okay, so let's go into question number 2. Hopefully I'll get this one right. Piper Chapman is the lead female role in which drama series? And we can lock in.
What's the name?
Piper Chapman.
Piper Chapman.
Piper Chapman?
Oh, man.
You just have to trust me.
What series?
There's a drama series, and I'm trying to think of it, and the lead person is Piper. I don't remember her last name, but it's a Piper. I couldn't tell you, and you're going to be way better at drama series than I am.
I mean, the only one I remember with a Piper was Charmed. One of the sisters was named Piper, but I don't remember their last name.
I don't think, were they Chapman?
I don't know if they were the Chapman.
I didn't think
the
they were the
Chapman
Chapman
sisters doesn't sound right.
No, it doesn't. And I don't think that would be necessarily described as a drama series either. But maybe that might be what I'm thinking of. I don't know. Yeah.
Piper Chapman. Yeah, the only series I know with the Piper was that Charmed, and I didn't really watch it. I just know there was like Prue, Piper, and
I never watched
another
it.
P name.
Right.
They all have P's.
Right.
But I don't think their last name was Chapman. I feel like it was like the Winchester-y, some Chris, some they lived in like New England.
Right,
it was
exactly.
like the Winchester sisters or whatever. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know if it was the Chapman sisters.
Oh gosh, we're gonna get some hate mail for not knowing the last name of the Charmed sisters.
Sorry, I never watched it. I never watched it.
Leah,
I know there was a Piper.
There wasn't a year or anything like that, right?
There was not.
All right. Leah locked in very quickly.
All right, so it's got to be. All right, what would Leah watch?
WWLW.
Yeah. It's a whole fun game right there. What would Leah watch?
I don't want. I mean,
I would just go with Charm because I know there was a Piper.
There was a Piper. That's all I know.
That's
fine.
It's probably wrong.
I wouldn't describe it as a drama series.
It's probably wrong, but I know one of the sisters named Piper.
Yeah, you're right.
And she was kind of the main sister.
Okay.
So
that's fine.
Sure.
That's fine. We'll say Charmed.
Okay, so Mike and Nikki locked in with Charmed.
Can I guess? I want to see if I was right.
Sure.
The name Piper, I didn't associate with Charmed. My head went to Orange is the New Black.
The correct answer is.
That's the one I was trying to think of.
Absolutely, it's totally
the one you watched 5 seasons of, and I occasionally caught. That's the one I was trying to think of.
Yeah,
I watched some of that show.
Piper Chapman was the main character, the blonde girl, in Orange is the New Black. I watched I think 4 seasons of that show before giving it up. And I do believe that Charm, there is a Piper on there. It's Phoebe, Piper, and Prue are the original sisters, and I believe it's the Halloway sisters, something close, Halloway, something like that.
Piper Chapman sounded so familiar, and for whatever reason, Piper from Charmed is the only thing that it totally makes sense. I did watch the first couple seasons.
Yeah, you watched a lot of.
I think I watched the first 3 or 4 seasons of Orange is the New Black, and I cannot pull that up.
No,
that's how much that show lasted for me. Because I kept watching it, it was sort of interesting, but it's so forgettable and it's so funny. So
yeah, I agree, and I did not see how it ended, so I have no idea how the show ended because
I have no idea. but now that the moment you said that, I was like, of course, Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, and I would never have pulled it up, but I didn't. I knew it wasn't Charmed, but I was trying to come up with. What
I only knew Piper from Charmed, but I was like, Chapman's not their last name. It's not the Chapman sisters that are Charmed.
Yeah.
I love that Nikki's just gonna kick herself the rest of the night over that.
It is.
I do think it's like Hallowell or Halloway, one of those two. It's something.
I think it was Hallowell.
It was something, New England. They lived in like Salem, so I mean,
in a very cool.
It wasn't
house.
original.
I remember their house was really cool.
Salem is a really cool town too.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're moving on to question number 3. What famous Swedish actress married Italian neurorealist film director Roberto Rossellini?
You know this?
Yeah, we can lock in.
Okay, well, there's only one person with the last name of Rossellini, if I'm even saying that right, that I know, and it's Isabella.
That's literally all I have.
And the only reason I know that is because it was on Friends.
Yep.
It was on one of their lists. I think it was like Ross's list that he wanted to make out with or whatever, or hook up with.
What's giving me pause for concern is, like, generally speaking, like famous people, and it's famous women don't typically change their last name when they have a name prior to getting married because they want to be remembered by their name that they already have. And so, like,
do you think she married him after she was already famous, a famous Swedish actress, and then she got married to Roberto Rossellini, or she got married to Roberto Rossellini and then she happened to become a Swedish actress?
So there's two things that are working against me here. One is Isabella Rossellini is definitely not blonde.
Yeah, she doesn't strike me as Swedish to me
not at all. She strikes me as Italian.
Well, can you think of another Swedish actor or a Swedish actress?
Tilda Swinton. I have no idea if she's Swedish or not, but I think she's blonde.
I think she's blonde sometimes. I think she's one of those method actors.
Name non-American blonde actresses.
Yvonne Strahovski. She's Australian.
Julie Benz is American. Why are those the only two blonde
Reese Witherspoon. She's from like Mississippi or Alabama or something. Or Texas.
Not Reese Witherspoon.
Jennifer Aniston. She's Greek.
Isabella Rossellini is not the right answer.
Swiss actress.
A Swiss actress.
I don't know.
They locked in really quickly. Like, legitimately really quickly.
They probably locked in with Isabella. Or it's just some obscure something.
No, I can't. This is one of those I'm going to kick myself when I hear it, because I feel like I've heard this before, and it's not Isabella Rossellini. But I can't think of... Where's Diana Kruger? No, it's not Diana Kruger.
She's German, I think.
And she's also not married to him. She's married to...
Norman Reedus.
Yeah. I don't know.
She's so weird.
Maybe it's an older actress.
Doesn't say when they got married. What's a neurorealist mean? He's an Italian neurorealist. That sounds like something that would have been like a long time ago.
Artistic? It's going to be some sort of art. I don't know. We'll go Isabella Rossellini because I don't have a better answer, but it's not right.
Okay. We'll go with Isabella. Mike and Nikki, what did you guys say?
Well, Isabella Rossellini is the daughter of him and this particular actress. Nikki.
Yeah.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Oh.
Ingrid Bergman.
Ingrid Bergman, yeah.
Yeah, their daughter was Isabella Rossellini.
Oh, Ingrid sounds Swedish.
Yep.
Okay, and the correct answer is Ingrid Bergman. It's nicely done, guys.
Nice job.
You tied it up, so now it's 2-2.
20-20.
But Isabella Rossellini was bumped for Winona Ryder on Ross's list. So.
I thought she was bumped for Susan. Oh no, Susan Sarandon was just another one on the list. But you're right, he did bump.
He was like local.
That's right, local. And it wasn't she like, oh well, that's a shame because I have a list of like random bar guys that I can hook up, and I just bumped you for this guy over there. That was great.
Oh man.
Oh god.
Some people hate on Friends. I
she
think
was
that's
in that
just
movie
funny.
Blue Velvet or whatever.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to question number 4. I do not know when these questions were written, but here we go. This is what we're going with. Question number 4. Kevin Spacey stars in what straight-to-Netflix drama? This didn't age well.
No.
Can you lock
It
in,
was at least
Chris?
3
You're
years
the one
ago,
who
'cause
watched
that was
this
when we played it
show.
for the first
I
time.
can't think what the show's called. Hold
I
on.
watched the first episode with you, and I said, no, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, we can lock in. I have it.
Okay. I had it too. I just wanted to, because
Okay.
it was you who knew it.
No.
So
Sorry, I was exchanging
House
glances
of-
with Nikki, and I was
House of
reaching for the thing.
Cards?
It was House of Cards, right?
Yeah, I mean that was the only thing because that was like a big thing. It was like Netflix first big show was.
Wow,
House
it
of
really
Cards.
was. Yeah,
Like it was their first like
Yeah.
original Netflix show.
Yeah.
Was House of Cards.
I think you're right. So
Yeah.
okay, yeah, we'll lock in with House of Cards.
okay. And what did we lock in with? Where the dog gets murdered in the first 5 minutes of the show?
Things went better for the dog than did for Kate Mara's character, but it is House of Cards. Maybe they
Oh
didn't.
my gosh,
actually.
I forgot about the dog.
That was all I
Didn't-
watched. and I was
didn't they like
nope.
write him off too? And then like she was present. I don't even know. I didn't watch
Right.
it for a long time, but
Okay, so everyone's getting points. The correct answer is House of Cards. Yay. All right, so we're still all tied up. Going into question number 5. What German actor played the murderer in Fritz Lang's film M? Like the letter M is what the film is called. This has a lot of words in it I do not know. Fritz Lang's film M.
M. I think we can lock in.
Okay. So name a no, we're very international on this one. Name a German actor who could play a murderer.
Christoph Waltz.
Christoph, is he German? Is Waltz German?
He
Like that
played a
last
really
name?
convincing Nazi.
Okay. I like that. Who else is German?
No, this is going to be older than this. Christoph Waltz is more of a relatively new actor.
Do we think Diane Kruger could have
No.
played the murderer in this guy Fritz
German actors.
in a film called M? Feel like that's either an obscure movie or something that happened before my time.
Yeah, I think it's before our time. So
It kind of sounds like it would be a James Bond movie. M. Right? Because someone's named Q or something in that movie.
there's an M in James Bond. It's not that. You're in the wrong place.
German actors. What's some German first names?
Sven.
I
Magnus.
feel like that's like. Oh, I like Magma. That'd be cool.
Bjorn Bergensen. I don't know.
Who's that guy from Pitch Perfect who sang for the German group? I think it was Pitch Perfect too. Maybe there was like a German a cappella group. He's in other movies too, but he was like the main. Okay, never mind. Okay, German actors.
I'm so confused.
Listeners out there, if you know who this guy was in Pitch Perfect 2, who's also in other things, because he's very distinctive looking.
Are you thinking of Joe Latruglio?
I don't know who that is.
German actors.
All right. So Christoph Waltz, I'm pretty sure is German. Like I'm trying to think of other actors that are kind of. What about Dolph Lundgren?
Isn't he blonde?
Yeah, he's not German either. You're right.
I would think he's more like Swedish.
I think he is Swedish.
Okay, so what are some names of some of the Von Trapp family people?
Kevin.
Friedrich. Kurt. I think it's Kurt. Georg was the dad. Okay, that's it. Those are all the men in that movie.
The rest of them are out fighting a war.
Uncle Max. Max? Is that like a German
Max
name?
von Sydow?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, we'll go with Max von Sydow. That's fine.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna go with Max von Sydow. What'd you say?
Sydow.
Sydow?
Yeah, sure.
Sydow, no rocking boat. Okay. Sounds good. Max von Sit Down.
It's not what I said.
That's what I'm writing down on my paper.
Max von Sydow is not a bad guess. I always think of him from, what was it, the Seventh Seal? Not the. I always screw up the name of that. The Ingmar Bergman movie. Hey, there's the Bergman name again. So I could be completely wrong about this. I've seen M. Great movie. Early 1930s. I want to say 31 or 32. I believe the murderer was played by Peter Lorre.
Peter, that sounds like a German name.
Lori doesn't.
I didn't think he was German, actually, but he's in a German movie.
It says German actor, so okay. So the correct answer is Peter Lorre.
Nicely
Actually done. Good job.
Good job, Mike and Nikki.
Okay, well, going into our halftime, the score is 40-30, so it's still anybody's game.
All right, we can come back. We can come back.
And in our halftime, it's gonna be a question that asks for 4 possible answers. You can only submit 4 answers, and each correct answer is gonna be worth 5 points. So you can actually gain 20 points for this halftime. So here is your question: name the 4 main characters of Seinfeld. I don't know. I hate Seinfeld, and I'm pretty sure I can name the 4 characters, and I've watched 1 episode ever.
I can lock in just so I can force Mike and Nikki to talk it out.
That's funny, Leah, that you said that, because I was literally thinking in my head, I was like, I'll bet even Leah can do this. She hates Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Who hates Seinfeld? I don't understand.
4 main characters.
Well, okay, so of course you have Newman. You have David Putt. No, come on.
It's Jerry, George, Elaine, and Kramer.
Cosmo Kramer. Yeah. I don't think we actually got far enough in the series for you to find out the first name. Sorry,
but yeah,
spoiler alert.
That's not a debate at all. So.
All right, well, Chris, what did we?
The same thing. Of course, it's the same thing. It's
Hey, fun fact: does anyone know what Elaine's last name is?
Bennis.
That's not how
Jerry
I would
Seinfeld,
pronounce
George
it.
Costanza, Elaine Bennis, and Cosmo Kramer.
Yep.
I was like looking at this, and they have their last names. I was like, Elaine Beanies.
Elaine Beans. I was gonna get through
like,
beans or beanies.
Yeah, I was like, I had no idea that was her last name. That's not how I would have pronounced it. Okay, so we're going into the second half of round 1. This one is a quotation question.
Oh, crap.
Right now, our scores are 60-50, so still anybody's game. And for those of you who have listened to our show before, you know that the quotation questions can be quite obscure. So, good luck to everyone.
Was we did that for a bonus episode recently? Was that literally the first time either of us had gotten a quotation question right?
It was one of the Pub Trivia Experience bonus episodes. You can actually find them exclusively on patreon.com/PTEBB. On one of those, though, Mike became the first person to ace a quotations question, and he is literally raising the roof in the silliest way possible.
Beer in one hand. Yes.
There you go.
Okay, so here is your quotation question. Who said, quote, "I see myself as an intelligent, sensitive human with the soul of a clown, which forces me to blow it at the most important moments." I see myself as an intelligent, sensitive human with the soul of a clown, which forces me to blow it at the most important moments.
All right, we're going to go ahead and lock in.
All right.
I mean, I think that's a decent guess.
I do too.
But did they clarify if this is like an actual person that said this?
There's nothing in the question to tell you one way or the other, and I'm not going to ask because they figured they got their guess without asking. So we started off. I thought it was fictional character. So I was like, maybe it sounds like something like Patch Adams or something from the movie. But then I was like, if it's not a fictional character, it actually sounds like something Robin Williams would have said, maybe. Right, who played Patch Adams. Yeah, I actually think that's a really good guess. I mean, he was sort of like, he intelligent, but he's a soul of a clown. But then, like, he always blows. I mean, he was kind of depressed. So I don't know. I feel like Robin Williams is a decent guess. Williams, I don't know. I have no idea. It's not a bad guess. These quotations, again, as we alluded to, they're notoriously difficult to figure out. I think that's a reasonable guess. And really, my goal in with these is to make a guess that doesn't make us sound completely nuts. So I think that's a good guess. I'm good with locking in with that. All right, fine. We'll guess Robin Williams.
Okay. And Chris, what did we say?
We both kind of zeroed in quickly on the fact that this sounds like it'd be someone who's either a comedian or a comedic actor at some point in time. There's zero leading us there. Now that I think about it, this very well could be a politician. But we talked about Robin Williams. We ended up going with Don Rickles.
Okay. And so your correct answer is Jim Morrison.
Oh my God. Really?
Wow.
Okay, we're all off.
I would not have gotten there.
Is that the musician?
I'm sitting here like I could go into the next room and grab pretty much the entire Doors discography and vinyl, and I would never have gotten there.
Yeah, I can't.
It
do
does
that,
make sense.
That doesn't.
It's not what I would have gone with.
Not at all. Hey, all right. We live and learn.
All right. Well, this next question is a decades question. So it's going to give us a statement or an event that happened, and it is our job to determine what decade this event happened in. So here's our question. In what decade did Kurt Cobain die? I think we can lock in.
I would say so.
Okay. I hope we're locking in with the same thing.
Oh, gosh.
1990 something.
Oh, no, I'm going to screw. I wanted to give the exact date. It's early April 1994. I want to say April 8th. That might have been when he was found. Anyway, it's definitely 1994, and I'm pretty sure it's April. We don't need to be that specific. But 90s is the answer.
Yeah.
Yes, and we also locked in with the 90s. And so the correct answer is 90s, and the card does say 1994. So I did not say that we were going to get bonus points for saying the exact year. So
we're not going to then.
We're not going to.
I don't think we've ever done that, but.
So awesome. Great job, everyone.
April 5th, 1994. I think his body was found April 8th. Anyway,
wow.
Just for the edification.
Oh my lord, it sat there for days in that state.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think he wasn't found for about 3 days.
Wow. Okay, so your final question in our pop culture round 1 is going to be, it's going to ask us for a number, and I think we're going to be exact.
So no, we've done this the last couple times. We've done this as the closest to the pin challenge. So only one group's going to get the 10 points. It's whoever is closest to the correct answer.
All right, sounds good. All right, so here's your question in a number category. How many times did Elizabeth Taylor get married?
Nikki and I are going to lock.
Oh, okay, great. So now we don't have to meet ourselves. Okay, so it's a high number.
I thought she was married.
7?
I thought she was married 8 times.
Okay, you're married. Are you more confident with 8? I know it's a very high number. That's for some reason my gut was 7, but if you feel 8, I'm so okay.
It might be. 8. It might be. I think I could be wrong here, and this could just be me being stupid. But I feel like she married one guy twice. So I think
the question is not how many guys did she marry, how many times.
Yeah, so I feel like she had 7 husbands, but got married 8 times.
I love it. Okay, let's go with 8. All right, Mike and Nikki, what did you guys say?
Well, guys, there is 0 chance for separation here because I turned to Nikki. In my head was going 8, but I turned to Nikki before saying anything, and she goes, "I don't know, 8." And I said, "I thought the same thing. Let's lock in with that." So we're all locking in with 8.
Okay, so let's see if. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We guess the same thing, so we have to figure out how to do this.
We both get points if we're right.
Yeah. So the correct answer is 8. So nicely done. Yep. Everyone gets points.
I say we both get points for getting it dead right.
I think she had 7 husbands, but was married.
Yeah, she married Richard Burton twice. I'm pretty sure.
Yep. So Conrad Hilton Jr., Michael Wildling, Michael Todd, Eddie Fisher, Richard Burton once, Richard Burton again, and then John Warner and Larry Fortensky.
Awesome.
Wow.
Well, good job, everyone, with going with your instincts. So after round 1 in the pop culture category, our scores have Mike and Nikki with 80 and Leah and Chris with 70. So it is still a super close game, guys.
All right. And we're moving into the second half of our game.
Yeah, and in the second half of the game,
Can I take a beer break real quick?
Yes.
Sure.
I'm going to take this time just to remind our listeners of a couple of things. One, I mentioned it earlier, but if you're looking for a way to support us here at the Pub Trivia Experience, head on over to patreon.com/PTEBB. That is your exclusive home for all the bonus content of not just the Pub Trivia Experience, but our sister podcast, Boozy Bracketology. We drop bonus episodes for both shows throughout the month, including, but not limited to, bonus trivia, bonus brackets, get-to-know-yous, AMAs, and it's also the exclusive home for our old podcast that is unfortunately no longer available called Recast That, where we take some of your favorite movies and television shows and recast them with modern actors. Find all that there on patreon.com/PTEBB. Listen, if you can't afford to help out right now, I get it. We've all been there. It's not easy out there right now. Do me a favor, 5-star rating, write us a review. Legitimately, that would be awesome of you. I hope you're enjoying the show. Find us on Instagram, Pub Trivia Experience. Facebook is The Lounge, fans of Pub Trivia Experience, and Boozy Bracketology. And we'll be right back when Mike gets his beer. And Mike is back with hopefully a new beer in his hand. Let's go to Mike and see what he grabbed. Mike forgot how a mute button works.
Oh, is there a mute bug situation?
Oh, Mike got bit by a mute bug.
Someone get the fly swatter.
No, this is actually really funny. I don't know if Nikki realized, because she's been talking to you guys.
I didn't realize that was
and she
on
didn't
mute.
realize. So I forgot the mute button was on because Nikki was sitting here and it sounded like she was talking to you guys.
So she was just
So
hearing
hold
our
on,
conversation.
we missed Nikki's conversation and Mickey's thoughts on the whole frosted tips thing. So Nikki, yay or nay on frosted tips?
I was all talking about frosted tips. I was like, oh yeah, Pacey and his frosted tips, man. Like that was such the rage.
I literally sat down and thought there was this whole conversation going, so I just dove right in. So yes, you're absolutely correct.
I totally remember that episode, and yeah, he frosted his tips. And that was like all the cool kids did that.
Yeah.
Now I feel like a dick, like not acknowledging the fact that Nikki was talking and we didn't.
We weren't even paying attention. We weren't even looking at the screen.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, you guys.
No, I was like on my phone for a minute, and then all of a sudden I was like,
they're talking about Pacey.
They're talking about Pacey, so
yeah. So all the cool kids got frosted tips.
Did you guys watch the Dr. Death?
No.
Is it good?
Yeah.
No, but I follow him on Instagram, so I see a lot of his photos from it.
That thing's insane.
It was like Mike and I were both like confused by the whole thing. Like we were both. I'm still kind of like I don't even.
It was
know.
like, how in the world is this based on something that really happened?
Like it's a true story, and I'm like, how in the world is this a true story?
Wow.
Yeah, watch it. It's actually really good.
After I finish Only Murderers in the Building, I'll add that to my list.
And we need to watch the Squid Games.
All right, Leah, take us into the second half of tonight's game.
All right, so the second half of tonight's game is going to run the same way that the first half did. There'll be 9 questions, 10 points apiece, and then there's going to be a halftime halfway through-ish. Yeah, and the category for this round is past, present, and future. Which, just scanning at it, I don't know how many future questions there's going to be, but I would assume most of these are probably history-related questions or maybe like current events.
Hopefully, a valid guess.
In the year 2032, what?
Yeah. Okay, so let's get started with question number 1. What U.S. amendment guarantees free speech?
Oh yeah, we can lock in.
We can lock in, and I have a fun story.
Guarantees?
It's kind of a trick question. The First Amendment says Congress shall not abridge the right to free speech. It's not necessarily a quote-unquote guarantee, but yeah, the First Amendment is what they're looking for.
It's not a guarantee. They wrote in a little like,
no.
Maybe.
Okay, so you're locked in with First Amendment?
Number 1.
Okay.
With a bullet.
So we also locked in with First Amendment. And the reason why, what is that face? Oh, you're yawning.
I'm yawning. I'm
I
tired.
thought it was your reaction, and I was like, wait, were we not supposed to lock in with First Amendment? And so my story with this is that I learned a lot of things about what I know. Like, I know very, very little things. Like, they just don't stick in my brain. But the things that do stick in my brain, I usually learn from TV or movies. So a lot of the amendments I learned from this little, probably 80s, 90s movie with... what's her name? Melanie Griffith. The dad from The Connors and Roseanne.
John Goodman.
John Goodman. And I think there's other people who pop up into it too. But
Born Yesterday?
It was called Born Yesterday. And so I don't actually remember a whole plot of the whole movie, but she's like this dumb blonde who is hanging out with all these like politicians and like people like that. And so she's trying to get smarter. She's trying to be more educated. And so she's having this like fancy dinner, and John Goodman is like getting real embarrassed by her because he's like, shut up, blah, 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 blah. And, like real condescending, total jerk off. But the rest of the people at the table are like, no, tell us how you learned this stuff. Because she's like, yeah, I kind of made up my own little song to remember a lot of the amendments. And then she has them all sing it at the dinner table at this like fancy restaurant. She gives them all a part, and then it's to the song of the 12 Days of Christmas. So the first one is like, the First Amendment to the Constitution says freedom of religion, speech, and press. The second part of the First Amendment says peaceful assembly. and just say any crazy thing you like. And then they go through the table and they do like a lot of the amendments and they have like little funny things for it. And then they all clap and laugh. And John Goodman's like, oh, you're so stupid. I can't believe you're getting into this. But then he sees that everybody else is getting into it too. And he finally plays along. And that's the turning point in their friendship, relationship, whatever. So anyway, that always sticks with me. Put it to a song and I'll probably remember it. So that's how I remember a lot of the amendments.
I have seen this movie, and I did not remember any of that until you just said that.
Yeah, you can find it on YouTube. I've watched it several times.
I only ever saw the original with Judy Holliday from the 50s. So.
So the correct answer is the First Amendment that they were looking for. So yay, everyone gets points.
Still losing by 10.
Thank you for listening to my really long story, but I felt like I wanted to share.
I love it. That's great.
So hopefully people out there
watch that movie.
Find it on YouTube, and then you can learn a lot about the amendments, and then the sayings get stuck in your head, and then you learn stuff. All right, so here is question number 2. Who did the United States buy Alaska from?
We can lock in.
Can we?
Yes.
Okay.
I know that's actually bothering me. Like, who did they buy Alaska from?
There was some kind of. All right.
I don't think it was the Russians. That it would seem like the obvious, but they didn't really.
No, they didn't know that. They didn't know.
I mean, my immediate guess.
We wouldn't have bought anything. Russia's not going to sell us anything.
Well, but this was back. This was Seward's Folly, so it was back in the 50s, 60s.
Maybe. I feel like England or something would have had it and just been like, we don't know what to do with this shit. So
yeah, I mean that's well, okay. I was thinking either England or France.
Yeah. There was a treaty. It was like some Juno. I mean, the Juno.
Well, Juno. That's a really good way to think about it. Juno is a very French-sounding city name. So France was the first thing that popped in my head. But I was sitting here going, "Oh my gosh, it's Seward's Folly. Where do we buy it from?" There was something
like the something of Juno. There was like I remember when we bought it. It was just I don't remember who it was from, but there was something that it was called something of Juno.
Right.
So we'll guess France.
Yeah, we probably threatened to invade and the French surrendered. So we'll say France.
Well, France is like this shit's far away and it's cold. We don't want to go there. Like why? Just get rid of it.
I never pass up a France surrender joke.
I mean, sorry anybody who lives in Alaska, we love you, but yeah, it's cold and they're probably just like, let's just get rid of it. So.
Yeah.
All right, and Chris, what did we lock in with?
I want to remind everyone that France fought World War I and World War II for a lot longer than the U.S. ever did. So to make any joke about them surrendering is not fair. I think Juno is indigenous is a language is a word from the indigenous people of Alaska and that territory. Oh. I am almost positive we bought it from Russia. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I could almost swear we bought that from Russia.
Is this something they would have told us on our honeymoon that I wasn't listening to?
No. I've read that somewhere before. It might have been while I was reading something about Abraham Lincoln, but I could... I mean,
geographically, that certainly makes a lot more sense, but...
Okay, so good job, Chris. The correct answer is Russia.
Yes. That would be the obvious.
I mean, that seemed like the obvious. I was just amazed we had diplomatic relations with Russia at that time.
Question number 3. What is the capital city of Mexico?
We can lock in.
So, I mean, I think
it's Mexico City.
I'll ask a dumb question. Is there a San Juan, Mexico City? There's a San Juan, Puerto Rico. And I think that is the capital, Puerto Rico. But, I mean, Mexico, I think Mexico City. I can't imagine it being anything other than Mexico City. Mexico City is like one of the top 10 most popular cities.
It's got to be Mexico City.
I can't even... It's not that I can't name another city in Mexico, but I can't name another city in Mexico that I think would potentially be the capital.
Yeah, you're right. It's Mexico City.
Mexico City?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess we'll say Mexico City.
Yeah, well, and we had to mute because we both, our instincts were Mexico City, but then I got scared and I was just thinking in my head, like, wait, maybe it's another city, like Guadalajara? Is that a city in Mexico? Like,
that's actually Guadalajara is the next one that popped into my head. So.
Yeah, which I only know from Friends, again. And then I was like, it's not going to be any of those, like, ports that people go on cruises to Mexico in. So Chris, you want to tell them what we locked in with?
Yeah, we had the same conversation. We locked in Mexico City because it's like, it's Mexico City, right? Like, I think so. Pretty sure. So, yeah, Mexico City.
Okay, so the correct answer is Mexico City. Yay!
Woohoo!
We're not all totally stupid, except that we hesitated a lot for that. So sorry.
Hey, we got a tie ball game. We got a tie ball game this late. I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're going to go into question number 4. So this is another United States question. What was the first national park in the United States?
You want to lock?
Yeah, I think we can lock.
Okay, so what I said was, where did Teddy Roosevelt hang out a lot? Because he's like the president associated with national parks.
Yep.
And then Chris said...
Yeah, so I feel like the national park, the quote-unquote idea of a national park is pre-Teddy Roosevelt. I feel like Teddy Roosevelt really kind of brought that jurisdiction into that type of... I feel like Teddy Roosevelt gave them a lot of power to create more national parks.
So you think national parks were before Teddy Roosevelt made them cool?
This one, I'm almost positive this one was. And the one that comes to mind is Yellowstone.
My only concern
What's the other
is
one? There's another one out.
Yosemite.
Yosemite's the other one.
I've been to Yosemite. I haven't been to Yellowstone. I always have to remember the two.
Yellowstone's the one that's
Yosemite's in California.
Yeah, Yellowstone's the one out in Wyoming, right?
Yeah, it's definitely more east.
Yeah.
I think.
Like Montana, Wyoming area?
Probably. A state that I've never been to.
Kevin Costner never made a TV show about Yosemite.
But he made one about Yellowstone?
He's in Yellowstone, the TV show. Yeah,
let's
go.
And Josh Holloway, too. I think he's in that, too. So let's go with Yellowstone.
Yellowstone, sure.
Got handsome men in him.
That's not why we're going with it, but okay.
Okay, we're going with
whatever gets you there, babe.
Okay, so Mike and Nikki, what did you guys say way quicker than we did?
We went with Yellowstone.
Okay.
I don't have more explanation than that. But
yeah, we just kind of looked at each other and we were like, it's got to be Yellowstone, right?
Okay, and the correct answer is Yellowstone, so we all get points. Yay!
Woohoo!
By the way, Yellowstone was made a park on March 1st,
1872. Okay,
wow.
Even earlier. I was going to guess a random year. I guessed 1887.
Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho. See?
Okay, well, we are moving into our halftime round. The scores are tied with 110 to 110. Oh, you know what? We're not to the halftime round yet. There's one more question. My bad.
I was all excited.
We're just a hot mess tonight. I mean, I can move the other question into the second half.
Nah, let's go with question number 5.
All right. So, last question before the halftime round. Which U.S. state is in a group of islands?
What? Really?
I mean, I don't feel like this even needs to be a question, but okay.
Is in a group of islands? That's not grammatically correct.
Is in a group of islands.
I think we can lock in.
In a group of islands?
It is in a group of islands.
I mean, sure, kind of, I guess. I'd say we could 1, 2, 3 it, but we know how well that works when we play this game, so.
That's almost your one per cast.
Right.
I didn't even have to say it. I just read. All right. No,
All right, so we're locked in, so you guys can tell us what state you think is in a group of islands.
I mean, clearly we just discussed Wyoming, and I mean that's naturally.
That's surrounded by a whole lot of.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it is surrounded by a bunch of nothing.
Oceanfront property in Wyoming. No.
I mean, it's got to be Hawaii. It's the only
and I guess if they're saying it's in a group of islands, one of those islands is Hawaii. One of the Hawaiian islands is Hawaii, but the entire group of islands is the state. So, but yeah, Hawaii.
Yeah, it's got to be Hawaii.
It is Hawaii.
Hey, we're on to the halftime.
Yeah. Yay! So I'm just going to add an extra 10 points on for everybody. So now it's 1.
Like, those are the kind of questions you're almost like, you overthink it. You're like, why?
I know I was.
Why is this too easy? Why?
Well, I was sitting here thinking, okay, we discussed Alaska before, and it does have the little string of islands down the bottom. Like, what is going on here?
So we are now going into our halftime round. So this is going to be like that we did the first round, where there are going to be 4 possible answers. You're going to only give 4 answers, and you'll get 5 points for each correct one. So here is your halftime question. Name 4 U.S. federal holidays that occur on the same date each year.
All right, Mike and Nikki can go ahead and lock in.
Oh!
Hold on.
Nope, that's not one.
So we have 3. We know there's, Christmas Day is always the same day every year. New Year's Day is the same day every year. 4th of July, obviously the same day every year.
So then we were going through the calendar.
We're going through the calendar to find the next one. So
So we're up to July, so August. There aren't any in August.
Veterans Day, but it's not the same day every year.
That's not in August. Veterans Day, I feel like, is October or September.
Okay.
So September is the first Monday is Labor Day, so that's not a date.
Nope.
September, like I said, might be Columbus Day, Indigenous Peoples Day, something like that.
That I don't like. I'm kind of between that.
We
and
work those
President's
days, so it's not a federal holiday where we don't have school.
But I'm trying to like that and President's Day. Like I don't know if either one of those is the same every year.
October is Halloween, but you said that one's
not a federal holiday.
Then November, I think
Thanksgiving.
November has Veterans Day. Is that not when Veterans Day is? I don't remember. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Thanksgiving is always the third Thursday,
Yeah,
so it's not a date. So you're saying that you don't think Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve?
They are not. I work at a bank. They're not federal holidays.
They're not federal
They're not observed by the Federal Reserve.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going off of.
And then then that's it. And then we go back to January, and we said MLK Day, which is the third Monday.
Yeah, that's not the same. So what do we have? We've got 3 that we're kind of circling. Then we've got President's Day, Flag Day, and Columbus Day.
Flag Day I've always had to work since the day before my birthday. It's June 14th.
Flag Day. I don't feel like Flag Day is a federal holiday.
And then Memorial Day is the third Monday
not
in May.
Memorial Day. It's going to be Columbus Day or it's going to be President's Day. And I feel better about Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day.
Okay.
But I don't.
Those are the same.
I also feel like President's Day is kind of in between Washington and Lincoln's birthday. Maybe that date changes every year. Columbus Day, I feel, is the same date every year, so let's go Columbus Day.
I don't even know what date that is. But okay.
I don't either. I'm literally going off of a feeling.
Well, yeah, and you don't have to get all 4 right. You just get 5 points for each one. So we did Columbus Day / Indigenous Peoples Day, 4th of July, Christmas Day, and New Year's Day.
All right.
All right, Mike and Nikki, what did you guys say?
Fairly similar. We have New Year's Day, 4th of July, Christmas Day, and Veterans Day, regardless of when you observe it, Veterans Day is always November 11th. Used to be Armistice Day. It's Veterans Day is the 4th one.
He's right.
Okay, so let me pull a card just to have it read out that it's correct.
I think I could be wrong.
No, you're right. November 11th is 100% correct. As soon as you said that, I was like, yep, that is the date.
Well, technically, it's not 4th of July. It's called Independence Day, but I think we should give each other points for that. It's New Year's Day, Veterans Day, Independence Day, and Christmas.
Oh, now I feel dumb.
So now they pick up 20 points for that one, and we'll pick up 15.
We got to get one right before they get one wrong. This could all come down to that final question.
Oh boy.
That closest to the pin thing.
Okay, so here is the second half of your past, present, and probably not future questions. This is your Who Said It question. Here's your quote. We learn from history that we learn nothing from history. We learn from history that we learn nothing from history.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and lock in our answer. You already have yours?
No.
It's driving us both nuts because we both feel like we've heard it before.
I feel like I've heard this before, but I don't know if the skew's older or newer.
I feel like it
newer,
skews.
I feel like it's got to be. Something about it skews like early aughts or something.
I was thinking it was like around that time. That was exactly where my mind went to. But man, I just don't know. But again, it really could be much older.
Yeah, I mean, it could be something from
way
earlier.
These quotations are notoriously misleading. Exactly, like just impossible to. I mean,
without any date or
unless
frame
you know
of
it.
reference, it's very difficult.
I mean, I don't.
What about like an Oliver Stone or something like that?
Oliver's, that's not bad. That's actually not bad. Because I was going to say, I don't think it's a politician.
Like
because politicians
are
never going to admit
Oliver Stone
this.
Loves history, and he makes so many historical films. Like, I don't know.
He does. That's pretty good. I like that. Again, these things are a total shot in the dark.
I don't think we're ever going to get
where we could dance around all day. We'd never get there. Oliver Stone's a pretty good guess.
We'll go with Oliver Stone.
Okay, so you guys go Oliver Stone, who I believe created JFK, that movie.
Yep.
Okay, Chris, so you tell them what we. Well,
no, I thought it kind of sounded like witty social commentary, and when I think of like witty social commentary, it to me it also sounded a little bit older. When I think of like witty social commentary in the U.S., the first one that comes to mind is Mark Twain. So we went with Mark Twain.
Oh, that's actually a really good guess. I like that a lot. And that would explain potentially why I've heard it before.
Okay. Let's get ready for this one.
Oh, gosh.
The answer is, I'm going to pronounce every one of this dude's names, if it's a dude. Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel.
Hegel.
Hegel?
Wow. Okay.
So
Don't know who this person is.
Well, we were
like the early aughts.
Well, I'll tell you what we were. We were very United States centric.
Yeah.
That is definitely not a United States answer.
Yeah, we should, and honestly, really should have gone German on that one if we're being, honest. So yeah,
these were a lot of German names we could have gone with to guess our other German question that we had, where we were just guessing names. In fact, two of them were ones I guessed, Friedrich and Georg, because they were both from The Sound of Music.
Are you talking about the question when Chris started saying a bunch of names that sounded Swedish as if they were German names?
Yes,
that question?
Exactly.
The power of editing, my friend.
Okay. So no points there. Still tied, or not tied game. We're still down by 10.
5?
5. We're down by 5.
Down by 5. This is a crazy game. Like, this could literally go anyway. I don't know how it's going to end up.
Okay, so here is the second to last question. So this is your decade question. Again, we don't need an exact date, just the decade. So tell me, in what decade was the Statue of Liberty completed in France?
All right, we'll go ahead and lock in.
Oh god, now everyone has to hear how stupid I am.
Oh my lord.
I was like, when is Les Mis? I was like, 1700s? It's after that.
It's after that. No, so I think, if I'm remembering this correctly, like we know what the Statue of Liberty, what we're always told it kind of stands for, but I thought it was like a gift from the French to the U.S. to somewhat commemorate the abolition of slavery.
Okay. Well, Lincoln did a lot for that, and he died in...
Please finish this sentence.
The 1860s? Like 1862?
I'm sitting here going like
1870s
1870s to 1890s is what comes to mind, but I'm trying to remember when Paris had the World's Fair. Because okay, so this is where my mind is going.
Do we know what president was in office when we received it? Okay.
But I know that Chicago, the World's Fair in Chicago, which was like the late 1890s, was a response because they had to come up with something awesome to counteract the Eiffel Tower that Paris had unveiled in theirs. And I think it's the same guy, like the sculptor or the ironwork is the same guy that did the Eiffel Tower that did the Statue of Liberty. I could be way off there.
So how often was there a World's Fair? Every year? Every 10 years?
No, I think it's like the Olympics, like every 4 or 5 years.
So in the 1890s, there was a response.
So 1880s is what's kind of coming to mind right now.
Okay. And then we think so
because
it's after 1860s because that's after Lincoln.
Yeah.
Or at the earliest, the 1860s.
And it's a huge sculpture, so it's going to take a while to kind of put that much stuff together. So I think 1880s is not a bad guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Your guess is as good as mine. 1880 sounds good.
We'll go 1880s.
Okay, Mike and Nikki, what did you say?
Yeah, I mean, we were pretty in the same ballpark. I mean, we thought it was a gift for our centennial, so we said the 1870s.
Okay, so Mike and Nikki
not
said
a bad guess either.
1870s. Yeah, for some reason we were in 1860s or 1880s, but we didn't really consider the 70s.
Well, no, like just because the bottom of her feet, there's a shackle that's been set free, and I thought that was it.
But we didn't know when it was completed versus when it, I mean, it took years and years.
And I didn't think of the slavery angle. I thought that was really interesting, but
we thought it was like a gift for our centennial, which means but they probably would have been working on that. I mean, for years. So
right.
Okay, so what was the question? The Statue of Liberty was completed in France in 1886.
Holy shit!
Or the 1880s. Good job, Chris.
So it wasn't a centennial. So it was a World's Fair thing, not a. Okay.
No, I don't think it was a World's Fair thing. Although I think no, because the head and the arm of it was on display at the World's Fair, but it was the World's Fair where they debuted the Statue of Liberty. And I know in Devil in the White City, that was a response. It was the World's Fair coming after the Paris show, and they had to come up with something big to counteract.
The 1893 Chicago show?
Because they were coming up with something big to counteract the Eiffel Tower, and they showed up with the Ferris wheel.
No,
Gotcha.
Did they give it as a gift, or did we commission it?
I thought they gave it as a gift. But
it was a gift. But at the Paris show, now that I think about it, I think they had the head and the torch assembled for the World's Fair.
Granted, it was clearly pay it forward, but we saved their ass in World War II.
I know, but I'm just saying, we never gave them a statue.
We get to come in late in World War II and in World War I, and then we get all the credit. It's amazing.
All right, World War I, you're 100% right. World War II, you're wrong.
I know, but I can be contrarian when I want to be.
That's fair.
Okay, so we're going into our final question of the game, and this is the closest to the pin question. So it's going to have some...
winner takes all.
Yes.
Yep,
some unknown number answer, and whichever team is closest to that number is going to get the points. Our scores going into our final question are 145 for Leah and Chris to 140 for Mike and Nikki. That last question really put us over the edge.
Oh, it put me over the edge, all right.
And I literally would not even know how to go about starting to guess this question, so good luck to everyone. Here is your closest to the pin question. How many Danish islands are there? That's it. That's the whole question.
Oh, I could go for a cheap Danish right now. That would taste really good.
All right, we'll go ahead and lock in.
Super.
We
have a very wide...
So we are, just to give you guys a heads up, we are 29,700 islands apart between Leah and I.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, good.
We're also debating where the Netherlands are located geographically in Europe.
In my head, the Netherlands there's France, and then to the north side of France, there's Belgium, and the Netherlands are there. Because once you get to Germany, above Germany is Denmark. So I'm pretty sure the Netherlands are north of France.
And Denmark for him is where I thought the Netherlands was. So there's a good possibility I don't even know the difference between Denmark and the Netherlands. So I was not really of a big help here.
But I'm also thinking, okay, so the Netherlands, if it's where I think it is, geography is supposed to be my strong suit.
Stronger than mine.
Not if I'm wrong here, and you're right. Damn.
I don't think I'm right. It's fine.
The Netherlands... I'm in the hundreds. I'm in the 300 to 500.
Chris guessed 300. I said, I was thinking 30,000. There's little islands all over the world that the Netherlands own.
But I don't feel like the Netherlands were big conquerors. They weren't they're not England. They're not France. They're not Spain. They're not Portugal.
You're correct there. So then I said, I want to go with a really, really tiny number. What if there's only 3 islands?
Well, no, because it's still, there's still the Netherlands. I think 300 to 500 is kind of where my head is at. I'll let you pick a number though, and
what's a fun number?
Split it in the middle and call it 4.
Or we could do 345. 345.
345. Lock it in.
Okay, we're gonna go with 345 islands in the Danish area or whatever, owned by the Danish people. All right, Mike and Nikki, what did you guys say?
Oh, we are probably way off based on that logic. I was like, Danish islands, Greenland. Long pause. Okay, there's probably a couple islands off of Greenland, and then I've been to 1 or 2 islands that are off of the Netherlands. There's maybe half a dozen. It's not a lot to me, at least. So I was like, there's maybe half a dozen off of Denmark and another half a dozen off of Greenland, which is Greenland itself, I think, counts as a Danish island. So we said 10.
But there's got to be other islands off of Greenland. I will admit I completely forgot about Greenland, but like Greenland, there's got to be other islands there.
I think.
Right?
I mean,
There
after
probably are, but Greenland is 100% part of
After I
Denmark.
listened to your logic, I'm like, oh, as far as territory, it's probably more around like the 450 to 500 mark. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Wait, so are you guys saying that Danish people are from Denmark? Yes.
What?
Danish people are from Denmark, so we're trying to name countries that Denmark owns. Is that what we're saying? Is that what you guys?
Correct.
Okay.
All I know
We're
is
in the
that every
Netherlands.
freaking
We're in the way
Lifetime
wrong
movie
freaking
where there's,
country.
like,
You and I didn't even. You and I couldn't.
He's the prince of some island off of Denmark, and they just create a random island that has all these princes.
But the whole point of that was that
I want to start by apologizing to all of our Danish listeners, though,
we
because
are terrible.
I know I do know where your country is located, which is more than I can say about, given my geographical knowledge, more than I can say about a lot of countries.
No.
But I cannot picture the sea to the north of you and how many little specks are there.
Yeah, we said 10, but now
or how many specks are off of Greenland.
We said 10,
which you own.
I think my
at least you had the right country.
At
least you had the right country. We're talking about the Netherlands.
We guessed based on who we thought the Netherlands owned. We thought Danish people were from the Netherlands. So you guys at least got the question. Yeah, you guys got the question correct.
That's the Dutch, not the Danish.
Yeah, so this makes us sound super stupid. It was, how many Danish islands are there? So we guessed.
I heard Dutch.
Based on how many we thought the Netherlands owned.
I heard Dutch.
You guys were talking about the Netherlands. I was like, yeah, I kind of went with the Netherlands too, just because I've actually been to islands that are off the Netherlands, but
I heard Dutch.
Couldn't figure out.
I swear to God,
okay.
I heard Dutch.
You guys are still closer, so it's fine.
I still think it's like, now that I'm actually thinking about it, I still think it's like a lot. Like
we
said
are
10.
really sorry, people from
both the Netherlands and Denmark.
Yeah.
I heard Dutch.
Leah crushed one of our dreams.
Oh my lord. Okay.
It's either like 5 or it's like 500.
So how many Danish islands are there? The answer is, holy crap, 406.
Wow. All right, you guys win.
So close, and we won. We won. My Smarties helped.
No.
You're smart.
We had the wrong country.
Hey, can you look up how many islands the Netherlands owns so we can see what that answer is? Because that's definitely what we guessed by.
Leah, ever since at the beginning of the episode when you mentioned Smarties, and now again when you mentioned Smarties, the only thing that goes through my head is from the producers. Don't be stupid. Be a smarty. Come and join the Nazi party.
Okay, so real quick, had we flip-flopped our answers?
By the way, by the way, speaking of the Nazi party, I just want to be clear. I understand why France did what they did in World War II. I don't want to knock them too much for that, but still, come on.
I was I was more talking to the geopolitical climate in France post World War I that led to what happened in World War II. Mike, if we had flip-flop countries, you would have won. If it was the Netherlands, there are 11.
Wow.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. Because I was sitting here like, okay, well, Denmark's like a little bit northeast of the Netherlands. But I can't believe there's that many more islands up there than there are down there. That was funny. That was the way I based it on.
I was like, oh yeah, it makes sense. It'd be like hundreds of islands, but I'm still like in shock that there is that many. That like
how many? I do want to know. Like that includes the islands in and around Greenland, right?
So I looked at Greenland on the map, and there's actually not many up there, right? Because
I didn't think there were. That's
I'm
why
looking at it here. There's a couple. Iceland is not one of theirs.
No, Iceland's different. Yeah.
And we're about at Christmas time. To all my Hallmark listeners, you all know every single Hallmark movie where there's some royalty, they live in some island off of Denmark. There's always some Denmark, prince or something, and they're all like, "Yeah, well, this is my kingdom."
Yeah.
And they all have British accents, but somehow they have like the
it's
prince
basically
of some island.
So what is it? It's the Princess Grace situation, except with some obscure island.
Oh yeah, basically like all Hallmark movies, they end up you're the princess of where? The princess of what?
Right.
But they're marrying a prince, and it's a Hallmark movie,
nice.
So hey, it's fine.
Hey, good for them.
Maybe we need to watch more Hallmark movies. No, I don't.
No, you don't.
But they're always like the prince of like some obscure.
Well, I think what Nikki's really saying is that when we first began courting, I told her that I was the prince of blah 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 blah, and That was literally what I said. No,
Well,
it's,
I mean,
I don't know.
well, you told me your last name was Maud. I just assumed,
Yeah,
I just assumed you owned the applesauce.
She assumed I was the
orchard.
applesauce heir.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry, Mike. We're not giving you any money. We only buy the Publix branded applesauce for our kid. It's
Yeah.
cheaper.
Honestly, I don't even know.
We
I
buy
don't even
great
know
value.
if we buy. Yeah,
We buy great value.
I don't even remember the last time we bought Mott's applesauce for years, just based on some stupid loyalty that didn't even belong to me because it's not even my damn family. I would always buy Mott's applesauce.
No, we get our
No.
applesauce from Walmart. Thank you.
No.
Great value brand. Is
Hey, guys, congratulations!
Hey, we
guys.
finally got a win.
We won, thinking.
That late
we
surge,
only-
you guys
It
came
is-
on. That was well done.
It is
Only
somewhat-
won because we thought the Netherlands was Denmark.
We won
No.
because we thought the Netherlands was
you
Denmark,
still
and we
got it
still got
right.
that
You
wrong.
won because you knew when the French created the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, that you did know that one, Chris.
That's
That was
true.
a good job. And I
Yeah.
knew about Orange is the New Black.
That's right. That's right.
that killed me.
Yeah.
Oh, that was.
We knew
it
Peter
felt good
Lorre.
to
I'm
me.
going to hang my hat on that.
You should.
Oh,
that was a
is
hell of
true.
a pull.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that person.
Well, everyone, that's been another episode of the Pub Trivia Experience, and it feels good to get a win under our belts.
I haven't won in like 2 years, so this is very exciting for me.
But everyone, we hope you enjoyed the show. I talked about the socials earlier. Find us there. Until next time, for the Pub Trivia Experience, I have been Chris.
I've been a smarty.
Nikki.
And Mike.
Have a good one.